To properly design and understand how mechanics work and how they will behave in your assembly, the FreeCAD Sketcher is actually a better starting point than jumping straight into designing parts. The reason is the Sketcher constraint solver. Mechanical systems are all about fixed lengths, pivots and relationships, and that's exactly what the solver is designed to handle. By locking down distances and anchor points, a simple sketch can become a working, interactive simulation. If you're interested in using FreeCAD to design models with assemblies that have mechanical linkages, then Henry T. Brown's book, 507 Mechanical Movements, is an excellent place to start. It's packed with hundreds of classical mechanisms and really serves as a catalogue of the core ideas behind mechanical design. If you would like to own a copy of the book yourself, I have pinned a link in the comments and in the description of this video. From Brown's book, Movement 246, the Pantograph is a perfect demonstration. On paper, it's shown as a set of linked bars, used to copy drawings at different scale. In a static 2D diagram, it doesn't look like much, but once you recreate it in the Sketcher, it comes to life. In this tutorial, we're going to create that mechanism in the FreeCAD Sketcher. If you like what you see and you want to donate to the channel, then you can do so via Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/MANG0 or via PayPal at paypal.com/paypalme/DarrenBEstone. I also run a Patreon where you can get early access and additional content, and that's at patreon.com/MangoJellySolutions. Links can be found in the channel header, on the About page, or in the descriptions of these videos. So in FreeCAD, we've started a new document. Let's open up the Sketcher and create a new sketch within on the XY plane. The mechanism is made up of two pairs of arms. The long pair has a pivot point. Also, we have points A, B, and C, which we have to take into consideration. For the pair of long arms, I'm going to use a polyline. We can create those points in one line. First of all, let's start the polyline. This is going to be the top arm. So we need a point for the pen, point A. Then we need a pivot point that attaches our short arm. And then we need an end point. Now we can start on the other arm and we just match the geometry. Let's right click to cancel and right click to cancel the tool. Now, because of the auto constraints, we've got some horizontal constraints here, which we don't want. Let's select them and hit delete on the keyboard or just delete them from the constraints. With those gone, we need to add some parallel constraints. Keep the individual lines parallel. So the top arm using parallel and the bottom arm. Now don't worry about how many constraints you see on screen. We can hide these later. So we have our two arms, but we need to size these and keep this pivot point in the middle. So to do that, let's take the start point and the end point, the point we want to keep in the middle, and use a symmetry constraint. Repeat on the other side. And we can add some length in here. So from here to here, let's set a length. And I want this not as a horizontal length, but as a diagonal length. Now, if you can't get the diagonal length because of the angle, let's make the angle greater. And this will mean that it's easier to create a diagonal length. We'll set that 200 millimeters. Right click to cancel the tool, use the equal constraint. We know we need these two lengths equal. This one in here and this one. And also we can set these two equal as well. So we've got one length controlling both. So this is point A and this is point C, which have to be kept the same length away from the endpoint. We can take those 2 points and place a distance constraint, making sure we get distance, and set this, say, 12 millimeters. We also need to fix this point. Point C is the fixed point, so we take this point, set some dimensions, or we just use the lock position. That locks that into position. Don't worry about all these constraints because we can hide them when we start manipulating the mechanism. Let's show those again. Next comes the two arms for tracing. which is a standard line connected up to this point and this one here connected together. Right click to cancel, and these need to be the same length. Take both those lines, make those equal. See, already it's starting to work. We need to set some length here. Take the line, set a distance along it, make sure you don't get the horizontal distance, and we'll set that to 100 millimeters, half the length of the long arm. Let's right click to cancel the tool. So this point here is point B, the tracing point. This point is the fixed point, and this point is where the pen is going to be held. If we wanted to, we could add some geometry just to define some of these points. Place a little circle in here for the pen. 5 millimeters will do us. Let's hide all the constraints. We have our finished mechanism. Now it's time to test the mechanism. We can do that in the Sketcher as well. As we can see, it's moving, and we have to just be wary of where the points cause problems. So if we bring this point down here, then we're going to get some problems. So it's best to try it around about here. Let's add something to trace, which is going to be a rectangle of around about 30 by 40 millimeters high. See that we can trace that and we don't get any problems. That's fine. I can block this geometry, make sure nothing's selected. Let each of the edges use the block constraint. This is not a shortcut to fully constrained. We have to use this with caution. There's only certain circumstances that we use the block constraint in. So let's look at our starting point, which is here. You can see the point of the pen is there. Let's add another rectangle. I'm going to move the point into position here, and we'll move this across this point. And you can see the good thing is that we're on this line here. So I'm going to stop this point from moving by blocking this edge. We can't move this up now, we can only move it inwards. Take the point and move this up to the top. Now this line is blocked, so let's take the block and hit delete on the keyboard and bring the top down. But let's block this one first. Make sure nothing's selected first. And select that one. We'll just bring this down and block the other edge. So now what we should have is a representation of the trace geometry. We can see the mechanism is actually working. So that's how to use FreeCAD Sketcher to test and build mechanisms before we start creating our parts and testing them in an assembly. I highly recommend the book, and I found it absolutely fascinating to go through. The link is in the description. Hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you like what you see and you want to donate to the channel, then you can do so via Ko-Fi or Coffee at ko-fi.com/MANG0, or via PayPal at paypal.com/paypalme/DarrenBEstone. I also run a Patreon where you can get early access and additional content, and that's at patreon.com/MangoJellySolutions. Links can be found in the channel header, on the About page, or in the descriptions of these videos. I thank everybody that's donated so far. It really helps to keep the lights on so I can produce more content and also expand the channel. Thank you for liking, commenting and subscribing to these videos, and I hope to see you again in the next one.